So the medical grade products have important differences to what you might pick up at the local drugstore or fancy department store. Number one, the ingredients are typically not as strong, shall we say, in the non-medical grade products because they do require a certain amount of expert supervision, and you don't get some of the more active products. So let's take some of the best examples. And I'll start with the most important one, which is good old-fashioned sun protection, because it's kind of silly to do these other things if you're not going to protect from the sun. The important thing here is that the mineral grade sun products are much better than they used to be. They tended to go on and make you look white and pasty, and people didn't like it. Well, now we're getting some advanced formulations that are much more user-friendly, and so when you apply them, they don't make you look that way, and that means you can use them. Another great thing is vitamin A preparations. You know, good old retin-A, retinol, there's a whole bunch of them out there. Some of the newer formulations now make it much easier to use. Again, if they're going to get a good effect without giving terrible irritation, people are going to use them. The other thing that's interesting is some of these very specific formulations now that are very targeted. There's one out there that targets the defensins, which are molecules that are involved in skin regeneration. There's another one that it targets some of the broken collagen and elastic fibers in our skin. And we use that quite routinely, especially in preparation for our facelifts, because people have had a lot of sun damage, and that can help in terms of the longevity of the results. Another thing which I find very interesting is nitric oxide. It's something that's very important in our body function. It can be used to help wound healing, but it can also be very useful for skin regeneration. And probably coming down the road, the most exciting thing is going to be topical exosomes, which we used to think of were just cellular garbage cans dumped out into the space outside the cells, but actually this is how our cells communicate with the healing process and the regenerative process. It is very important to go to someone who's knowledgeable, because again, these different treatments have to be, if you have expert guidance, you're going to get a better result. It's going to be more user-friendly. If it's user-friendly, you're going to use them, and they're not just going to end up in your wastebasket 6 months later.